Anyway, today's seminar is on tips of the half marathon. And how many of you, this is going to be the first half marathon you're doing? All right, good job. You've come this far, you don't want to quit. Anyway, my suggestion is, that has been very hard for me to learn, and Eric can vouch for me on this one, is taking it slow at the beginning. You're going to have that rush of adrenaline and everything, and you want to get going, don't do it. Save it for the end. Otherwise, you know, you're going to bonk halfway through. It's not a full marathon, but it's a half marathon. But you want to start out slow, keep a steady pace, and then as you're reaching towards the end, save that burst of energy because you're going to be passing those people that started out too quickly. So that's just kind of my little tip. It is 10% physical and 90% mental, and it is possible to do a half marathon.
I don't have anything really more important than what Celia said, but the first, I've done Helvetia twice. There are hills, but if you guys all just did Blandford, there's no hills bigger than Blandford. They're rolling hills, so they're kind of little short hills, and then you get over, and it's not that bad. If you guys can do Blandford, you can do Helvetia, no problem. The other two things that the only two things I can remember from the race that I learned, you're going to get your picture taken a couple times on the course. They usually have a sign out there that says photographer coming up, okay? When you see that, suck in your tummy. Because, you know, I got my pictures the first year and I'm like, what is that? You know, so you'll be warned, just suck it in. The other thing is when you go by the aid stations and all those wonderful volunteers are there, you want to help them. You take your drink and everything, and there's cups everywhere, and there's a big mess. And so I thought I was going to be helpful, and I saw this garbage can, and I took my goo packet and my thing, and I threw it in the garbage can, and everybody at the aid station said, no! And that's what they use to mix the drinks with, is the garbage cans. So just don't use the garbage cans. Throw it on the ground. Volunteers will get it.
Everyone worries about going uphill. I worry about going downhill. That's where you get most of the stress on your body. And a lot of people, they speed up going downhill by taking big or long steps, and they get their feet way out ahead of their center of mass. And so when you're going downhill, try to shorten up your stride. Sounds wrong, doesn't it? Shorten up your stride and let your foot hit underneath of your body, okay? Don't get your feet out in front of you going downhill or your knees will be toast, okay? The second thing, tie your shoes. It's hard running 8 miles with your shoes untied. Who's next? Allison.
Well, I guess I usually speak about feet and toenails, and I would suggest that everybody trim their toenails at least by Wednesday. That gives them an opportunity to grow out a little bit. It gives you an opportunity to just kind of toughen that end, but make sure that they're nice and short. There are a lot of hills out there, and what you don't want is to come out with black toe. And that's how you'll do it, is by having toenails that are a little too long.
I'm going to elaborate a little bit on what Celia said about taking it easy at the start. It doesn't seem to matter what kind of race you get into. As soon as you put that number on, it's like taking a hit of adrenaline. You want to get out there and just get going. This is a benchmark run for us. You should be training like a benchmark run. Have fun doing it, and don't sprint at the finish. Your muscles will pay you back for sprinting at the finish. Have fun with it.